Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's your boy, Judge Galvatron, with another case. You were all my witnesses and jury. You may all be seated. If you're not seated already, court is now presiding. Before we get started, I want to salute all the brothers for coming through. First off, Cadillac Red, let the people know what you got going on.
Shit, man. Salute to the fellas and shit. Y'all already know, man. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, right here on YouTube. Supreme Beats Boxer Talk, 4:15 Eastern Standard Time. We bullshitting on the Beltway, 3:15 Central. Make sure y'all check us out. You know what I'm saying? It's the usual suspect team. Y'all already know what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Stay ready boxing, man. Let the people know what you got going and let them know where they can find you at.
I got ringside views, champ. We back. Come check me out Mondays. Definitely on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're gonna try to do 3 shows a week. Get back to a regular scheduled programming, and you're gonna have the Street Queens on Thursdays. You know what we do. 7:00. Y'all know if you haven't subscribed already, Google me. Get them out, move that algorithm up, find me, go subscribe to all platforms. It's the same. Stay Ready Boxing TV. It ain't gonna change.
Yes, sir. Jay Steels, man. Let the people know what we got going, man.
And y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, yet your most hated lawyer. Back for another one. Night court is in session. Salute to the judge. Salute to our lawyers that are in the building. Hint, hint. Salute to our jury / the chat. You know what I mean? It's definitely been a long time. You know what I mean? But y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect team. Usualsuspect6.com. New rankings will be up soon. You in the dig? The channel, my channel, TWR, Big Things of Wine. Stay ready doing this thing on Thursday. We doing our thing on Thursday as well. And it's all love because it's a usual suspect team. March Madness is in full effect. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The official tournament starts. Battle of the Beats. We have 16 MCs on deck, ready to go for that grand prize, $200 merchandising deal. Little beat backpack, you know what I mean? As well as that Universe Radio Tour. So join in 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the Battle of the Beats. We got the live poll in the chat. So we need y'all support. We need y'all voting on these dope independent artists one time. Thursday 9 p.m. Y'all know what it is. The War Report, TWR. But once again, salute to everybody, and let's get cooking.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, we're gonna shout out the first couple people in the jury, and then whoever comes through once we proceed. we will highlight the comments because we don't want to interrupt when they're granted the chance to make their opening statement. So salute to Mark Wunderlich. Salute to my OG Kano Loco. Shade Girl 85, salute. Salute 503 Lion. Salute Quick Quick. Salute to the Queen Sheena. First case on the docket. Is I believe Demetrius Boo Boo Andre and counselor Red. Would you like to make any opening statements?
What's the charges against Dude?
Oh yeah.
Make sure I had the correct charges on Dude. I'll let Stay Ready say the charges and then give his opening statement, and then I get mine.
Okay.
Charges are falsifying documents. Two counts of leading on fans. And 2 counts. Not 1, but 2 counts. Also, portraying to be a real champion. Also,
So you're saying impersonating a federal champion?
Impersonating a federal champion.
Okay.
Faking and fronting. Or in this day and age, we call that capping and clout chasing. And finally, the most egregious charge of them all, ducking. What do you say, Council?
He's trying to bring the
Act froze up.
I thought that was me for a second. Act froze.
Yeah, I did too. That nigga Act froze up. Act froze up, looking cool like
He
503, didn't he?
Hey, and our fella was looking down, and I'm like, "What the hell, my friend?"
Yeah, I know, right? Act look cool as a motherfucker. Hit me 503 in competition.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Act over here looking cool, man. Looking cool beans.
Indeed, we'll go on. As
yeah,
X back. Let's
hey,
get it.
you completely froze.
Yeah,
Last thing we heard is "I'm trying," and you froze.
Yeah, so you want me to give my opening statements to those charges?
Yeah, you may proceed with your opening statements, Counselor. Red.
What did you say I was trying to do?
Oh, that's not important. It wasn't
Okay.
important. Go proceed. I was
today,
saying that you were trying to bring the electric chair back tonight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Firing squad.
I'm here today, y'all, to show you that doo-doo is not these things that's being portrayed in the streets. I wanted to hear the charges because it's only one charge that doo-doo is guilty of, Your Honor, and that is doing things real little. You know what I'm saying? You know, the big dogs do it big. Doo-doo does it little, but that was not one of the charges. So since that's not one of the charges, then we can move through, and I will prove to you, Your Honor, and the jury that those charges that is filed against Doodoo are, you know what I'm saying, false. As we proceed into the proceedings this evening.
Is that your closing statement, Counselor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna prove. I'm gonna go out and prove that like I said before, Doodoo is not. He is a champion, and he is everything he say he is, but he just is a victim of doing things real little.
Okay.
He's not a champion anymore. He dropped his title.
That's incorrect, sir. He is still
Order.
He is still the WBO champion at 160.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
According to WBO rules, you cannot be a champion at one weight and fight at another weight and still hold on to that title.
Well, according to the WBO, they saying that Doodoo Andre is still their champion at 160.
And he's about to fight Zach Parker at 168.
Yeah, and he's still the champion at 160. So I don't know. You know they the WBO has been found not guilty in this court, but we all know that rules are changed and bend all the time with these sanctioning bodies.
I think I need to bring. They found guilty, but I can bring up more charges on the WBO in future courts.
Yeah, no, they was found not guilty here, unfortunately.
You're right, and I was the prosecutor in that trial.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think you should have won that case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll discuss that at another time. Yeah, but yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, they are bending the rules. But we'll get into all those things.
Yes, sir. Would you like to cross-examine him and his witness? Counselor, stay ready. And would you like to present us with your opening statement?
I can go ahead with my opening statement. I do have evidence, but I'm going to present the evidence during trial. But as an opening statement, we have evidence to believe that not only is Demetrius Andrade a duck artist, he's been impersonating a champion for a long time. Just holding the belt doesn't make you a champion, it makes you a title holder. But he's been impersonating the champion and making the fans believe that he really wants to fight these top guys. But in all honesty and reality, he'd rather fight the Luke Keelers of the world and the Liam Callums and
the Magic Seleckies.
Yeah. The Magic Seleckies. Yeah. Pun intended. But he's been offered fights that he's turned down. He's pulled out of fights. We have that evidence as well, even though and his father has literally tried to come out in recent interviews and say they never pulled out of the Jermell Charlo fight. But even Demetrius Andrade speaks on that he pulled out for reasons, and let's get past that. Let's try to make these fights. But when offered fights, that he pulled out. So I'm not sure that he really wants to be in a position to become a champion. Like you sign with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn put you in those positions and in the position that you're in currently. And instead of finding or moving on to another platform, you decide to re-sign with the same people who wanted to cut your fight pay. They put you on the undercard of lesser opponents. They make you the co-main event to Jake Paul. They put you in cards and venues where the big boxing fights aren't hold, like in Florida and Rhode Island and places like that. They hold you in those places. So I'm here to prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that Demetrius Andrade wants nothing to do with top fighters, and he's not a real champion. Chop, go on mute.
Yeah, go on mute, please, Chop. Yeah. Thank you. Counselor Red, would you like? Do you got a counter argument for that for your
Um,
client?
well, first things first. I don't know what the counselor is considering the difference between the champion and the title holder. If you have beating a champion or you have fought for a vacant title and won it, you are the champion in that weight class. Who you decide to fight, you are obligated to fight. For each belt, you are obligated to fight one person a year. That's the obligations and the rules of that sanctioning body. And that is what the champion at 160 has been doing since he's gotten the belt. He's been fulfilling his obligation to defend his title against who the sanctioning body says he needs to fight. I don't understand what the problem is with that. It's been noted that fighters, he has tried to make fights with other fighters and other champions that hasn't came to fruition. I'm not sure which side has been giving out the wild offers to not make the fight happen, but he has not fought anyone any champion at that weight class since he's became champion. This is true. But no champion in that weight class has fought each other. So it's not like someone's doing heavy lifting while he's chilling. Everyone's chilling. This seems like it's the move for everyone at that weight class. So we can't say that he's guilty and let the other three fighters ride. I mean, this either they get hit with the RICO or, you know what I'm saying, they don't. I mean, I don't understand. This is not something that you could just put all on one fighter. He's not holding up the division. It's not like they're telling him to fight fighters and he's turning fights down from his from the fights that they're mandating for him. So it's not like he's being forced to do something and he's not doing it. Anything that's his obligation, he's fulfilling his obligation. It's the extras that is the issue with counselor. And I stated before, when you do it real little, you're not going to fulfill people's expectations. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. We talk about his business dealings. Now he did indeed sign to a big contract, or a big contract to him that was in front of you know what I'm saying, that was it was something nice to him, but it was to us funny looking because it was inside of Denny's. You know what I'm saying? They had the press conference inside the Denny's. That's doing this small. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a press conference, but it was inside of Denny's. Huh?
Was that Denny's or IHOP?
No, it was at Denny's. It was at Denny's.
Okay.
It was the All-Star breakfast. It wasn't no stacks like how they be doing at IHOP. You know what I'm saying? It was the All-Star breakfast. It was, you know what I'm saying, no doubt. But still in all, he had a press conference. He got the signing bonus. He got a brand new car. Yes, it was the old school Cuddy. You know what I'm saying? He got the Cutlass. You know what I'm saying? But he got a car. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he, like I said before, he's a victim of just doing it little, man. It's not nothing against anybody or anything like that. But hold on, I didn't mean but, I meant you can't fault him for doing it little when no one else in the division is doing it big. And that's what I got for my open arguments.
Counselor, stay ready. At this time, you could present a counter argument. You're on mute.
come up with it. This time I would like to pull up evidence. Hold on just a second. Real quick. It ain't gonna take long. Can I share my screen, Your Honor? Hold on. Let me blow this up real quick. And let me share my screen with you guys. And audio. You there? You got it?
Trying to bring it down.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, for starters, can y'all see what I'm looking at? November 7th.
Okay.
I just want to read you this article from November 17th, 2014. Like, we haven't brought this up. Andrade unhappy with his purse. This is on ESPN.com. Junior middleweight title holder, not champion, title holder. Demetrius Andrade unhappy with purse and by lack of communication with his promoter has dropped out of a defense schedule against Jermell Charlo on December 13th at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Although Charlo's promoter, Golden Boy Promotions and Showtime, which was going to televise the bout as an opener on a triple header, announced the fight on October 31st, Andrade Charlo was never finalized and now it's off. It's unfortunate, as it was a good move for Demetrius Andrade in his career, but we are trying to reschedule it for another date. This was the first time, but they end up making the fight. Then you go back. Where is it at? ESPN again. Demetrius Andrade, 54. Charlo, you pop mad shit. Come here to 16. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Man, that ain't even ESPN. I don't know who the fuck it is. Well, fuck it. I got a video for y'all. Hope you enjoy.
At 160 until an opportunity. Look, he's frustrated. He's frustrated, and it's not like we haven't. You know, I'm about done with the Andre talk. You know, I'm done with it, to tell you the truth. Because personally, you know, we had a signed piece of paper for way back 2015 for Jermell versus Andre, and nobody screwed that up other than Andre. You know, Andre's the one who walked away from it. You know, by screwing around with some stuff he shouldn't have been screwing around with. So, you know, fast forward before Andre re-signed with the Zone, you know, we made another run at him, this time to match him with Jamal, and started those discussions. And, you know, he said it open, quoting his own words, essentially paraphrasing. I'd rather take, you know, $3 million to fight the Luke Keelers of the world. Okay, so if that's the way you want to go with your career, I get it. You know, big money, you know, low risk. That's not the way to have a good legacy. But having made those two decisions at critical points, you've now forfeited the right to say that someone's done. So, you know, that's the one that I think, look, Golovkin, I get it. Like, if I were in Golovkin's shoes at his
So, as of Steven Espinosa, the person who was in charge, who's actually in charge of a lot of the things that goes on with the Charlo brothers, offered Demetrius Andrade a contract. Demetrius Andrade decides, no, I'm going to go ahead and just fight the Luke Keelers of the world. I don't want to fight Jamal Charlo, but at the same time, he's calling out Jamal Charlo to fight Jamal Charlo. That's an oxymoron. That makes no sense. Counselor, can you explain to me why is he still calling out Jamal Charlo but turning down offers from Jamal Charlo and not sending any counter offers back?
I sure the fuck can. I couldn't wait for you to for me to break down that video that you just put up. Oh,
well, break it down, guys.
Yeah. Okay, first thing first, in the video, you can hear one Steven Espinosa say, yeah, all this stuff that he was dealing with things that he shouldn't have been dealing with and pulling out of fights, that was for Jermell Charlo. If you listen to the interview, he said, yeah, that was for Mel. Now we trying to deal with business dealings with Maul. So, and that was business. Hold on.
No, because I want you to
hold on, counsel.
Hold on, because I asked you the question, so I want you to be clear of the question while you're answering it. You can't answer the question and go outside of the question. You need to answer.
I'm about to break down the whole video. I'm about to break down the evidence that you put up.
I asked you a question.
Order. I'm breaking down. I'm cross-examining that piece of evidence that you put up as false. We about to break that. Oh, we about to cook on that real quick.
I asked him a specific question.
I said order, man, or I'm holding people in contempt, man. Damn it. We gonna have one at a time. We're not running the kangaroo court, gentlemen. I don't know if it's because it's been 4 months, but let's not forget where we came from.
You're right.
Now we could respectfully argue in the court. Wait till the person is done making their point, and you're allowed to cross-examine the evidence. It's no problem. Now proceed, counselor. Stay ready.
Yes, I was still going. I just asked him a question. The reason I'm asking the question is so I can make my point. But he went on to diagnose, to chop up the video, to cut up, do what he want to do to the video. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with him doing that. But I asked a specific question because it was technically still Counselor Stay Ready's turn. So the question is, can you explain to me why is he turning down offers but still continues to call out Jermall Charlo, but is not sending a counter offer, but steady turning down the offers that are sent to him? He's turned down 2, to be exact. And we're not talking about Jermell. We'll get on Jermell in a minute. I just want to know about the Maul. I heard crickets in the court, Your Honor.
I know it's my turn to speak because last time you said something, you cut me off, and it was still your turn. So I want to make sure it's my turn.
I'm asking a question.
I just want to make sure I got the flower. I got to leave it silent so I get make sure I got this.
I'm asking a specific question to make a point.
Counselor Red, please.
So what's your question now again?
Can you ask your client to why he's calling out the Charlo brother, Jermall, but is turning down the offers that Jermall is sending and his team is sending, but instead of calling them out without sending a counter offer?
I got Eddie Hearn saying that he sent a $7 million offer to fight Charlo.
Yeah, and they turned it down and sent Demetrius Andrade a $10 million offer.
You see, hold on.
No, but that's
do I got the floor or don't I, bro?
Okay, so let me go. Let me go ahead and go.
I mean, what you want? Do you want me to say something? Or you want me to just stay quiet so you hear crickets? I mean, I'm saying, man. Every time I say something,
because we know what happened with that.
No, we don't. You just said that it was no offer sent. You just sat here.
I said he did not send a counter offer.
Hold up. You just sat here and told the people it was no offers from Demetrius Andrade sent. I said Eddie Hearn. I got Eddie Hearn saying he sent the $7 million. You say I know, but then he counter offered. So you just right there said what you just said. Your first statement was incorrect.
Watch this. I'm for the rewind. I'm for the rewind the tape, Your Honor. If you don't mind, I'll pull up YouTube. I'll rewind the tape because I'm gonna say exactly what I said. I literally said counter offer. I never said offer. I know they sent an offer. Jermall Charlo sent a counter offer. They did not send a counter offense. They turned down the offer. Now back to the question. A counter offer. I said counter. Let me make it loud. Counter. Do the people in the third row of the jury hear me? Counter offer. Because I know I said counter offer. I never said offer. I said counter offer. Countering what they sent. $7 million wasn't a counter. That was the initial.
That's what I just said.
And
you you so busy ready to try to cut me off. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Order, man.
Like yo, I just said that. I said you said that Jermall Charlo sent 2 offers to Demetrius Andrade. Andrade ain't said nothing back.
He didn't.
I said Demetrius Andrade sent a $7 million offer to these niggas. And the first thing you said was, oh, nah, but he countered it back. So he did send an offer.
So, Your Honor.
You can't lie under oath. You promise to keep it true.
You said, like, do I gotta run it back? I can run it back for you.
Hold on, I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him. Hold on, wait.
Counselor, stay ready.
That's what you said.
I'm not gonna let him twist my words up. I asked
that's what you said.
Hold on, Red. I'm looking at the judge too because I'm talking to both of y'all. I asked a specific question. I know he sent an initial offer. I never mentioned the initial offer. I made a specific point. Y'all twisting the words that I'm saying. Y'all aren't answering the question. Don't go around the question that I'm asking. I asked a specific question. When Charlo sent his offer to Andrade, why didn't he send a counter offer? He sent an initial offer. Charlo sent a counter offer. Demetrius Andrade called him out to fight and didn't send nothing back. Do I need to break this down piece by piece by piece by piece so everybody understands the point?
No, I understand what you're saying.
You're not, because you keep going around the
but
question.
You missing the fact that, like I said, he sent a $7 million offer. So he sent the initial offer.
So and Charlo sent the counter offer.
Okay, that's fine. The numbers might have been off for both of them, but you saying that Demetrius Andrade wasn't trying to get the fight. He sent an initial offer.
I said he's not trying to fight.
Sending
an initial offer is cool. You send an offer. That's like Terrence Crawford sending Danny Garcia the $3 million offer, and they turning it down, not sending another offer. That's cool. That's fine. They send an initial offer. Sending an initial offer means nothing if I'm sending another offer so we can negotiate. Now you started negotiations. I'm sending a counter offer because I don't like your original offer. If you don't like my counter offer to your offer, send something back. Don't talk in public. Send something back. Let's make the fight.
Okay. Now, if I send you a deal for 7 to fight on the zone, and then you send me some shit with shit, we could fight for 7.5 on PBC. I'm liable to walk away from the table. I don't have to send you a counter offer. I could walk away.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If I could walk away from if Bud could send Danny a $3 million deal and he could walk away from initial, I know somebody could walk away from the counter.
So if he sends 10
because your counter, hold on.
Okay.
Your counter could be so absurd that we might have to take this up at another time. That can happen in business. Right or wrong?
It can happen in business.
Okay. So just making sure that we all on the same page. Those things happen. Like you could, you know what I'm saying? Send some bullshit back and make it like, yo, what the hell we doing? Yeah, we discuss this at another time. I'm gonna go ahead and fight, fulfill my obligations as a champion, undefeated champion. At that.
So you saying he walk away. Now you can walk away. That doesn't stop anybody from calling you a duck either. Am I correct, fellas? Because
you just the same example you just used. Danny Garcia wasn't calling no duck for turning down that Bud offer.
It was a low ball offer.
I did. So it could have been a low ball offer. It could have been a low ball comeback off my initial offer.
10 million ain't low ball. If that's your highest payday.
Like I said, man, it could have been a low ball offer. It could have been a low ball offer.
No comeback for the highest payday? Because that 10 million was his highest payday. His biggest payday to so far is 3.5.
No, that's real. I mean, I ain't saying that it wasn't a high. That's still so offering 7 is Charlo's highest payday.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Tell me what it is.
Y'all forget that on the PBC side, he's getting promotional credit. So not only is he getting the purse, he's getting back
okay.
in.
No. You
hold on.
See, you trying to
No,
merge money. Don't merge the money. We're not gonna bleed it all together, baby. We talk about as a fighter. Don't do that.
You gotta, but hold on.
That 10 mil he got,
one at a time, gentlemen.
That wasn't promotional money. That was fighter money.
When you're speaking on somebody that has their own promotional company, because you don't hear Demetrius Andrade have it's me again promotions, or Boo Boo Promotions or nothing like that. He's signed to a promoter. Jamal Charlo has his own promotional company, him and his brother, which is Lines Only Promotions. So he can pull that off because he gets paid more money because of the back end deals.
See,
so yes, I can add
you putting in back end money. Nah, I'm talking about straight fighter money. Not your not because you got promotions and all that other shit.
Whose fault is that for signing with promoter?
You get signed for 10, I get signed for 10. Your business right, so you might get 15 because you're getting 5 on the back end, and I got to give my 5 to Eddie. True indeed. You know what I'm saying? But we both got paid 10 for fighters, and that $7 million was his biggest payday.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's get to the closing statements.
Well, I got. He didn't even get to go yet.
The whole video that he put up.
I'm gonna let him go ahead and go because him pulling out the Jamel fight is a part of this whole charade that Demetrius Andrade is doing. That Jamel is part of it for him pulling out of that fight. So yeah.
Okay, man. Doodoo Andrade undefeated 2 weight classes, man. You know what I'm saying? 2 weight classes. Now he didn't try to send these offers over to the other fighters. True indeed. That video that he had with Steven Espinosa, I find fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Because Steven Espinosa could sit here and say, I'm walking away from Doodoo Andrade. We tried, you know what I'm saying, to make fights with him and all this and all that. But turn around and be all up Golden Boy ass like they don't pull out. They don't pull out of fights. They don't fuck up big fights. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have it wasn't this energy that I heard Steven just display for Doodoo. I didn't see that for Jaime Munguia or Oscar De La Hoya for that bullshit that they just did. I find that real funny. Real funny. You know what I'm saying? He talks because Showtime has a champion at 160. He talks down on Doodoo and Doodoo fighting the Luke Keelers of the world, and that's why it's crazy that I said Magic Seleckis of the world, because Luke Keeler and all those and Magic Selecki and all of them in the same class, and they don't belong in Doodoo's class, but their fighter at 160 is fighting one of those guys that don't belong in the class. How are you fighting fighters that I shouldn't be fighting? And then all of a sudden it's a problem with me fighting those fighters. Nah. You going for easy pickings just like you say I am. If that's the rule. If we all guilty of going for easy pickings, we all guilty. Because Triple G's been doing it. I don't know Marauder. He been in Japan. He been hiding off, you know what I'm saying? So he could be beating up sushi chefs on the creep and I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I know Triple G, Charlo, and Doodoo all have been doing it. All of them. The only difference is, like I said before, Charlo real enough to be doing it little. Because the other motherfuckers is either a big drama show or I'm getting big bucks already. Doodoo, the only real one. Cape Verde. Fifth smallest country in Africa. Rhode Island. Smallest motherfucking state in America. I do's it little on you niggas. I'm getting my colors and I'm driving off in the sunset. I don't want no Benz. That's too much. I do's it little. 2-time champ though. Undefeated. Those are things that you can't take from him.
He's a walking encyclopedia. He's the only person in the world that knows Cape Verde is the 5th smallest country in Africa.
Oh yeah, because I knows my shit. I knows my shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look up these things. You gotta defend this nigga. This ain't even one of my fighters. But I'm gonna defend this nigga. Because I got his shit came across my desk. This is what we do.
So look.
No, it's no big counselor.
Huh?
No, I was talking to Counselor Red. Go
What'd
ahead.
you say? I missed you. What'd you say?
And I said it's noted, all the stuff that
Yeah.
you just said, because the jury might not have known that. So
Yeah, you said that's what I'm saying. You know, he just
So
doing
he might does it little, but one thing I can say, at least Jamal Cholo is actually sending offers out to everybody.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying, and this is what I said before when it comes to Jamal and those offers. If no one is signing your offers, there's something wrong with your offer. Bottom line, like you, and we gotta be understanding with this shit. Like, when other fighters send offers,
110 million, was it 110 million to fight Canelo? It was 100 and some million.
but that was Canelo. I'm talking about the other champions at
40
his weight
million.
class.
I think it was 30 or 40 million to fight Triple G. Was something wrong with it?
Yeah, I'm saying though. So maybe you should start off with 30 or 40 million for the doo-doo fight then.
No,
Because your numbers is wrong somewhere, bro. And they ain't taking them fights. We ain't gonna be in here pointing at everybody in the class talking about, man, everybody in the class stink. Nah, you might be the one that's stanky, my nigga.
that nigga name is Boo Boo.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If you
His
walk
name
past
is-
3 people and all 3 of them people smell like the same shit,
if
you
your name,
might have
if your
the doo-doo
name is
on
Boo
you.
Boo,
I'm just saying.
if your name is Boo Boo, it's Boo Boo for a reason. We all know what Boo Boo is. Hey yo, Boo Boo.
I call him doo-doo.
Hey yo, Boo
You're not
Boo.
gonna get me the names and all that other stuff. That's different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just
Hey yo,
saying.
Boo Boo. It's time to go get a picnic basket. Look at that. I'm sorry, you got a name of Boo Boo. We know what that means. You shit. And he's turning down fights. He's pulling out of fights, and he's calling out fighters that he's not gonna fight. I get your argument. I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't negate the fact that he's pulling out of fights, turning down fights, yet still calling out fighters that he's not trying to fight. I'm going back to my original point. If you know a fighter, just like you said, if the offer is shit, if you send an offer, I send you a counter offer. Say, yeah, hey, you know what? I'm interested in this fight. I'm sending you a counter offer because we need to get this understood. We need the network shit done because I want my shit over here. It's coming over here. I'm the champ. I bring more to the table. I got my fan base is bigger than yours. Let's see if we can get more money on this televised. And I guarantee you, they probably offered him televised money because Showtime, I think, was offering him a television, a network deal because he was leaving the zone. He wasn't signing nobody at the time. He wasn't even signing Eddie Hearn at the time of the last offer. So
yeah, but Showtime tried to do him dirty. You know what I'm saying?
But
Showtime tried to sign him and motherfucking have the press conference with some Grubhub shit. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to sit inside at the restaurant.
No.
I won't go inside.
We was going to Hooters. We
you
was
ordering that shit to go.
We wanted titties around.
Order in the court, man.
I want a table.
It's a
Get to you
family
guys'
show.
point.
It's a
Get
family
to the
show.
point. We got to get to the close of arguments.
I want to talk about Hooters. This is a family show. Look,
definitely
the
is.
point. Yeah, the point is, if y'all really want to make these fights, I send you an offer. You turn it down. The person that sends the offer don't know what to do at that point. But sitting at a negotiation table, sending that back a counter offer, y'all sending offers back and forth. At least it's getting things done. When he sent that counter offer and you sit there and read that counter offer, if you don't like it, tell him, no, I don't like this. Fix this, and this. As a fighter, I'm a manager. I'm looking at contracts. You fix this, and this. You don't just say, fuck this shit. I don't want this shit. That's stupid. You in the sport to get your biggest payday, to lead the sport with all your faculties and make the most money that you can of your abilities with the belts you can get. I've seen these contracts. If you don't like the contract, because there's been times I don't like a contract, I look at it and say, no, this is not. I need you to fix this. I need you to reverse this and make this in favor of this. I need you to correct this. And we need more money over here. If I can't get that done, then no, I'm gonna send you an offer. Well, this is what I want and how I want it. And then that person say, well, I need you to fix this, this, and this, and we can get it done. If you just turning down fights, then what's the point? Because Charlo didn't turn down the offer. He sent the counter offer. But what did Demetrius Andrade do? He turned it down, then go to social media and start talking about how these boys are on steroids and this and that, and start fabricating all kind of bullshit when they the ones want you to be in the clean boxing program. Making up bullshit and talking about how you want to fight, but at the same time, you turning the fight down. So no, I don't trust none of that. I'm sorry.
Is that your closing argument?
I didn't know we was on closing argument shit, but if we're, well, I will make my closing argument, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, counselor, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I know Demetrius Andrade is a talented fighter. I 100% believe he's one of the most talented fighters in boxing. Can't take nothing away from nothing he does and his ability. But I'm yet to see what his talent can do against true competition, true adversity, against certain styles, because I keep seeing it against European fighters. And those European fighters is not nowhere close to the level of a Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo is not on trial today. Demetrius Andrade is on trial. Demetrius Andrade is not signing these offers. Demetrius Andrade also pulled out of a fight with his younger brother. Demetrius Andrade is complaining that he's not getting these big fights, but think about this. If he'd have fought Jamal Charlo, if he could have just negotiated that fight and we could have got that fight, it could have been a joint deal like they was trying to do with Hyman McGee or whatever they wanted. It could have been a joint fight. Whenever, however, if they'd have got that deal done, guess what? If you beat Jamal Charlo, that makes you the man. That also brings you attention to you. It brings fandom. It brings another fan base. People don't like the Charlos as it is. They would have gravitated you just on the strength that you was fighting him. You would have got a fan base win, lose, or draw. And that would have been a better and more talk for you to go fight somebody of a Canelo or talk big shit to Triple G and Royota Murata to get those fights. Now you have nothing because you steady fighting the Luke Keelers of the world. There's Liam's Callums, Billy's, and Billy Joe Saunders don't even want to fight you. So at this point, I'm sorry to say, but I think he's guilty. Maybe not of all charges, but he's definitely guilty. Definitely guilty of impersonating a federal champion and falsifying documents. Most definitely. And I still think he's 100% ducking. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Cadillac Red, please give me and the jury your closing arguments.
Okay, Your Honor. Not filling out a counter offer is not falsifying documents. How can you falsify something you didn't fill out? So we'll go ahead and throw that one out right there. And like I said before, as far as impersonating a federal champion, this is no impersonation, ladies and gentlemen. He is the WBO 160 champion. You can look on any website that you would like right now, and WBO at 160, Demetrius Andrade will be right there as the champion. I will go as far as to say he has been a great WBO champion because he has not given the WBO any kind of trouble inside or outside the ring. Has represented America.
He just
great.
lied on the oath.
Order.
Damn.
No, but he lied on the oath, Your Honor. He lied.
Order.
Demetrius Andrade.
I'm
sorry. Objection. Demetrius Andrade got charged with a pistol, and when he got caught in his Benz, he got pulled over in his Benz and got a pistol case. He caught a case outside of boxing.
Overruled.
Catching
Let
a case.
Cadillac Red continue his point.
Catching the
And
case
Hold
in
on, how is that
America.
overruled? And
Catching
don't you
a
say
gun
don't lie
case.
on the oath?
it has
Listen. Hold on.
Did he or
it
did he
has
not lie
nothing
on
to
the
do
oath?
with this particular case.
Did he lie on the oath?
Counsel said.
Hold on. Catching a gun case in America is the American way. I don't know. I don't know anything about anything else you said. It is definitely the American way. But he has represented the championship correctly. It has not been any situations with his mandatories where he has not fulfilled his obligations. He has gone so far to be a federal champion that we all know the infamous Golden Boy Records don't want to fight him because he is a federal champion. They have been ducking him with their fighter. So you can't be a federal champion and not be being ducked. And he's been officially being ducked. You know what I'm saying? By one Jaime Munguia. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that right there that he is a federal champion. He's just not unifying and doing what the people want. True indeed. But like I said, he's doing things little. He's a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? One day it might click on for him and him doing it big, but he is a champion. He's fulfilling all obligations. He does a little. Ladies and gentlemen, it's him again, Dudu Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Not guilty. And he will hopefully change things, you know what I'm saying, and change the opinions of the fans out there. You know what I'm saying? One fan at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's hard out here for all fighters at 160, especially when you're black. That's all I got, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. We're ready to make our ruling on case number 2916, Demetrius Andrade, and in the federal court of the LDBC, we find Demetrius Andrade not guilty. Not guilty.
What? Because you heard him say he's not guilty of falsifying documents, of not signing a contract when he falsified by pulling out of a fight. You are a piece of work. You know that, Judge. You are a piece of work.
He had a lot of great. He had a lot of good points. He has been a
But
champion.
you
He wasn't really impersonating the federal champion. He had been a champion in two weight divisions.
It was more than one charge. It was more than one charge, Judge. He might have found innocent on one charge. What about the rest of the charges?
He was not guilty.
He was not. Did he not pull out of the Jermell Charlo fight? Isn't that falsifying documents?
New evidence has came out on that case. And
what new evidence? His daddy speaking?
New evidence had came out on that. That's all
we didn't bring the evidence in court. That evidence wasn't presented in court. You can't bring in outside.
We didn't even really talk about the Jermell Charlo. We was talking about him at 160.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I told you, man, he a champ, man. Don't
even the
like
jury
that,
talking about, damn. I know, Felix. You see that? You see this?
But it happens like this.
This is why boxing is in a bad place.
This is a great case. This was a great case, and the prosecutor and the defense they did a great job with the first case. Now the second case on the docket, the one you all been waiting for. Keith, one Tom Thurman. Our fella will be prosecuting. It's the return of the Lincoln lawyer, and we have a first timer and the defense, Counselor Chop. I like to present all of y'all to Counselor Chop, to all the jury out there, and thanks, Chop, for coming to night court. We appreciate you. You know what I
Appreciate
mean?
y'all.
This should definitely be interesting because I know how Counselor Chop is in defending, especially Keith Thurman. So I want to give either the defense or the prosecution chance to make an opening statement. Uh,
Yeah, I know. I'll start off. First off, um, give out the charges as well as the violations. Multiple violations. Good evening, jury. Good evening, judge. Good evening, Counselor Chop. But Counselor Chop, the sanctities of the LDBC courts need to be withheld. And with that being said, Judge Galvatron, I would like to propose a lateness violation. Counselor Chop was over 21 minutes late for today's proceedings, Your Honor. Your Honor, I flew over regions to be here to clean these streets, to rid these streets of the vermin we know as Keith Thurman. And I was here on time, upholding the sanctity of the LDBC courts. Your Honor, with that, I propose that for every minute late that the defense was late, that's 21 minutes, times $1 should be sent to the court's cash app. That's my proposal. Because once again, the sanctity of the courts needs to be withheld. Also, further violating, Your Honor, further violating the dress code, I come to the courts, I shaved my horseshoe, I put my blazer on, huh? And the Lincoln lawyer is here. Counselor Chop comes in what type of drip? What type of drip does he come to the courts wearing, Your Honor? I need to know. I need to know because when we're done these courts, I might want to look like Counselor Chop. But within these courts, the sanctities must be withheld, Your Honor. And with that, I propose a dress code violation. Huh? I also would like to propose a black card violation to not the defense, but to specifically Keith Thurman. We will get into that. We will get into that as the trial proceeds. Your Honor, we are involved in hip hop. Shameless plug, TWR, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, March Madness is going down. The March Madness music tournament where it's Battle of the Beats, and we got 16 independent MCs going head to head. We uphold the sanctity of hip hop and rap music. With that being said, Your Honor, the defense, Keith Thurman, has made a vile defamation to our culture. Therefore, I would like to charge him with the defamation of our beloved rap. I also like to charge him with obstruction I will prove that obstruction is taking place, and for the betterment of the boxing community, this obstruction needs to be removed, especially when this obstruction is coming from another world, a man from another world, because I've asked plenty of Floridians, Your Honor, what local source, or whether it's Andre Berto's cousin from Ocala, Florida, and he's never heard of Keith Thurman before. Your Honor, Keith Thurman comes from Cardassia Prime. Cardassia Prime, a land, a world onto its own. He's from another planet, this man. Nobody knows of him in Clearwater, Florida. Obstruction, Your Honor. And also, the biggest charge of them all, I will show how he's the leader of a criminal, digital criminal syndicate, digital criminal gang, digital criminal organization, Your Honor.
These are very serious charges.
Yes, indeed, Your Honor. The Lincoln lawyer is back to help clean up these streets. It's been months, Your Honor, since this has been pushed over my desk, and I have been ready. And there have been delays after delays and after delays. And the evidence has just been building up. So now we have today, Judgment Day for the defense, Keith Thurman. Your Honor, I'll pass the mic.
Counselor Chop, good evening. Please proceed to give us your opening statements, and you can actually cross-examine anything he said while you're making your opening statement, if you would like.
Okay, good evening, fellas. You know what I'm saying? I'm a first timer, so I didn't know, the proper etiquette, and attire that we were supposed to come in with. My good fella Cadillac and lay down the ground rules, beforehand. So I didn't know, what type of, attire that I should, come into the court with. I was late, excuse me, you dig? So, if I have to pay a small penalty, I'm with that to the LBC community, because I am about being punctual. So, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me on that, sir. But in defense, today we will prove that without a shadow of a doubt, 147 still cannot be mentioned without Keith Thurman being mentioned, regardless of what anybody said. You know what I'm saying? We will prove that regardless of what the prosecution wants to imply, whatever they want to try to, hypothesize, whatever they want to try to do. We're going to prove that, for one, Keith Thurman has been here. He's already done a lot of things that these cats are trying to do. People forget, what the work that this man has already put in. And we will prove that he is back and that you still can't go through 147 without seeing this man. You can't leave 147 without seeing this man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he is a big name in this sport. One of the biggest in the division, regardless of what people say. One loss don't make you One loss don't break you. So we're here to prove that. You know, I'm new to this here, so I don't pretty much have too much opening words, but we're gonna cook today on Mr. Lawyer Oddfella. You know, we're gonna burn some shit today. You dig? But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
proceed with your argument, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, allow me
Do you
to
got
share
any
my.
evidence? Yeah.
Yes, allow me to share my exhibits, Your Honor. I'm sharing my screen right now.
Salute to everybody in the jury out there, man.
Let me know when it's up, Judge.
I believe the jury can see, as well as I. Uh,
Indeed.
may
I'm
proceed.
loving this. I'm loving this.
Thank you. Your Honor, members of the jury, we need to establish something very important. Um, this character, Keith Thurman, is definitely known by multiple aliases, multiple different digital street names. Um, he has, and I'll list them out. We've heard of Keith DeBarge, Queef Thurman, Runtime Thurman is very popular on these digital streets. Once Upon a Time Thurman, and also Flute Thurman. Remember these aliases. I mean, remember these aliases because this is a very dangerous character in these digital streets, and therefore, this is why your Lincoln lawyer is trying to get him off these roads. Let's move on to our Exhibit A, shall we? Because I spoke earlier of a black card violation. Now, let me divulge and further elaborate on this black card violation. Your Honor, why his black card should be revoked. Queef Thurman, quote unquote, I read, this is the start of Black History Month, and in America, you grow up writing tons of essays in school, getting to learn about the great ancestors before us, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, George Washington Carver. Now, let me stop right there. Let me start right there because already he has lied. He's lying to the public and he's making it seem that learning about Black history is an egregious task. This is in February, noted. February of this year, 2022, start of Black History Month. And this is what he has to say about the start of Black History Month. In America, you have to grow up writing tons of essays. Let's break down the measurement tons, Your Honor. And people of the jury, please note this, that 1 ton is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. So Queef Thurman alleges that he's wrote over 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds of Black history essays. Your Honor, if not egregious exaggeration, it is a formidable lie. I read on. Black history, like any ethnicity, brings pride. Not pride in an egotistical sense, but pride in those who have set great examples for those to come. So now he's setting himself into that category, the category of the Malcolm X's, the category of the Rosa Parks. Your Honor, with that being said, Keith DeBarge black card must be revoked. It's been a long time since he summoned up the great ancestors, since he was forced to do those tons and 2,000 pounds worth of essays. Let's rid him of those egregious tasks, Your Honor, and revoke his black card. Exhibit B, defaming the art of rap. You know this is my presidential campaign, baby, Thurman said. I'm back. Keith, one-time Thurman is back. The welterweight division is back. Cause without me, yo, it's been whack. End bar. Your Honor, once again, we are involved with the War Report, TWR, where we host the greatest of independent artists. And I've never heard a bar so weak. Your Honor, I am back. Keith One-Time Thurman is back. The welterweight division is back. Your Honor, violation for using the same word for a rhyme and it has the same meaning. Didn't even change it up. Didn't even try to make back into a synonym and have 3 different or 2 different meanings. It meant the same damn meaning all 3 times he said it. And then he tries to hip hopize it by saying, ended it off with, yo, it's been whack. Your Honor, defaming the art of rap. Old media, Keith Iddick, even had to chime in and said, Keith Thurman, he channeled his inner P.T. Barnum during the press conference Wednesday afternoon. Was it a circus? Are we comparing the rap acts, the whack acts of Thurman to a circus act? Because that's what old media is now doing. For that, Thurman needs to be charged with defaming our beloved art of rap while using this culture vulturing tactic to sell his illegitimate pay-per-views, Your Honor. Illegitimate pay-per-views. Mario's Barrios at $75 a pop in a pandemic. People losing jobs left and right. Gas and shot up to skyrocketing. And he's trying to use our beloved rap to milk our pockets, our hard working pockets. When our beloved used to be a man that was prolificating and popularizing himself on free TV. Oh, but now the tables have turned. He turned into a Trill act into a P.T. Barnum act. $75 pay-per-views. Embezzlement, Your Honor. Defaming the art of rap, I say. Let's move on to this obstruction, Your Honor. You see in the usual suspect pound for pound list. Next one coming up in May. Be on the lookout for that. usualsuspect6.com, where this list can be found, our house of rankings. But note, the number 1 and the number 2 pound for pound are welterweights. Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Welterweights. But the defense wants to play obstruction. And they do have that lane, so to speak, due to the fact that the defense is under the PBC. And many believe that the defense has something on the PBC, many favors that the PBC are allowing Queef Thurman. But for one, I want to reiterate the importance of 1 versus 2, not only in the welterweight division, but pound for pound. The biggest fight in the sport of boxing, pound for pound, number 1 versus number 2. And Queef Thurman wants to block that. He wants to block that. We cannot allow this to happen. Once again, this man's not from this world. He's not from Florida. He's from Cardassia Prime. You see his head. You see the 4-head, the 5-head. That's of Cardassian Prime lineage. And we're going to allow a man that's not of this world to obstruct this planet's, this plane best fight, pound for pound fight, 1 versus 2. Let me show you the receipts. Keith Thurman is the most exciting fight for any champion out there. I want any belt out there. I've been telling you this for a long time. Send an effing contract. It's simple. I see a contract and it's probably going to come looking stupid. So I'm going to go throw it right back and but we can work out the word in, we can negotiate, and we can have a beautiful night of boxing like how we doing it. I negotiate. This is a real sport. We are independent contractors. Huh? It happens 1 fight at a time, and I like making great fights. So whatever champion wants to step in the ring with Queef Thurman, that is who will be next. Your Honor, that's who will be next. He told BoxingScene.com and a group of reporters after Wednesday's final press conference for his illegitimate pay-per-view against Barrios. Huh? Plans to obstruct the best fight in boxing. Receipts. Lastly, Your Honor, jury, familiarize yourself with this symbol. Y'all may have seen the symbol and may know the symbol, that it's synonymous to danger, synonymous to possibly a biohazard. Huh? But Your Honor, those of us in the jury, I come to y'all to show y'all and to educate y'all on what this symbol really means. Exhibit D, you see the similarity to the biohazard symbol, but in actuality, it is 3 C's: C, C, and C. What do those C's stand for? They must be some type of acronym, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have uncovered what this symbol and why this symbol is being tagged all over digital streets. And we must remove it. Remove it from our digital streets and our boxing community. This is the symbol, the tag of an upcoming digital gangster organization, digital criminal syndicate, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would like to introduce to you and those of us in the jury the caramelized clout chasers, Your Honor. Huh? C, C, C. Understand the symbol, the tag, the dangerousness of this syndicate group that's trying to ruin the sanctity of boxing. Not wanting to have the biggest fights, getting in the way of the biggest fights. Let us start off with our first caramelized clout chaser. It's a tongue twister. It's alliteration. Y'all don't have that. Capo Blair Cobbs. Huh? This is the capo in training. We see it. Recently stopped. Last night, this clout chaser got put into the dirt. Quote unquote, Errol Spence Jr. Bars. This Blair Cobb was on his way to clout chasing, his way to embezzling the boxing community into illegitimate pay-per-views on the zone. Yes, this was about to happen, following the footsteps of his daddy, but we'll get to him. Let's move on to the man in the middle, the UK headsman, Conor Benn, a caramelized clout chaser, terrorizing the digital streets of UK. And now he's reaching our shores, Your Honor. Now he's reaching our shores. But this is the UK headsman that loves to clout chase the welterweight division. He even loves to clout chase the older statesman of the welterweight division, Adrian Broner, shall I say. This UK headsman wants no smoke with his promotional stablemate, so to speak, in Victor Ortiz. The zone stablemate in Victor Ortiz. This UK headsman wants no smoke with thy boots Ennis, shall I say. He picketh the lower fruits like the Van Heerdens. A trait learned from thy CEO, Queef Thurman, aka Fluke Thurman. You see the picture, the evidence. of the mega-sized flute between his lips, as he bloweth and maketh sweet sounds. A new type of caramelized clout chasing he is institute. This man is now clout chased himself into believing that he needs a title shot next. And for that, I say no, Your Honor. For that, I say remove these guys off the street. CCC is a danger to the boxing community. And I pass the mic.
It's a lot to take in, Counselor Chop. Do you want to counter argue any of his points? Or?
Oh yeah, we're gonna counter argue all of these points. We're gonna counter argue each of these points. You know what I'm saying? Off the dome. You know, no preparation, no time to prep. You know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna counter all these, each exhibit. You know, first off, Exhibit A. You know, he brings up the slide of Keith Thurman mentioning about how we grew up, you know, having to, you know, learn about certain Black history, you know, during Black History Month. You know, he made that quote. But Your Honor, he tried to insinuate as if we had to, like we were forced to, you know, study. You know, never in that quote did he said, you know, we have to, you know, study certain, you know, figures as Rosa Parks, you know, Carter G. Woodson, all, you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Never did he said, did we have to, you know, or we were forced to. He just simply said what we did, you know, and that's what we did growing up in our public school system. That's exactly what we did. We grew up, you know, we learned about those, you know, figures growing up. So that's one thing I had to, you know, mention. You know, Keith Thurman is Black, so of course he's gonna express his Blackness on Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. I don't know what people, you know, our lawyer Ifull has been talking to about, you know, trying to say that he's not from Clearwater. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, which is a 10-minute drive from Clearwater, Florida. And you can ask anybody from Pinellas County. You can ask anybody from Tampa Bay who Keith Thurman is. They're gonna tell you. You know, I feel just might be, you know, asking around the wrong people. You know, he talking to people in Ocala. You know, that's about 2 hours south. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 hours south of Clearwater. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, so he talking to the wrong area, buddy. You know, that ain't even the area. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman still puts on for the whole state of Florida. At the end of the day, he's gonna go down as one of the greats that ever came out the state of Florida. You know, there's other people. He already, Jeff Lacey, he surpassed Jeff Lacey, and Jeff Lacey from the Carib too. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be mentioned in the categories of the, you know, the Roy Joneses, the Rinky Whites. You know, when it's all said and done, the Antonio Tarvers, when it's all said and done. You understand me? Now to the second point. Now, I kind of took his second point a little personal myself. You know, talking about he's misrepresenting rap. You know, I happen to be in the entertainment business as well. You know what I'm saying? I am a producer myself. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to follow me, you know what I'm saying, on BeatStar, Chop 727, everything Chop 727 on social media platforms, just to let y'all know. But you know, Keith Thurman is a boxer, man. I didn't think for 1 second, Your Honor, that this man was even thinking about spitting a bar, spitting any type of rhyme. I don't think that even came to his thought, man. Keith Thurman is not a professional rapper. He didn't grow up a rapper. Not by any stretch of the means, Your Honor. He grew up a boxer. He boxed right on 49th Street at the St. Pete Boxing Club in this city where I'm streaming from to you right now. You understand me? He didn't grow up on a microphone, you know what I'm saying, in no studio, you know what I'm saying, laying down no tracks. So that's the last thing I think that Keith Thurman was coming to mind. You know, it just happened to rhyme. You know, some things, you know, when you're in an interview, you know what I'm saying, you saying stuff might come out, it might rhyme. You never know, it just might have just been a coincidence. But misrepresenting rap, no, man. It just happened to rhyme at that time, man. So, you know, I admit, you know, it wasn't too, you know, flashy of no bar or anything, but he's not intending to come to no press conference or no interview trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? Now, to the third point. Everybody knows Keith Thurman. We can go back into history, man. What this man already done did. People want to mention Mario Barrios, but they forget to mention that he did over $500,000 with Pacquiao. His only loss. You understand me? It takes two to make a pay-per-view, so whatever people want to say, you know, they can say whatever. You know, at the end of the day, that's not his fault that they charged whatever they charged in the middle of a pandemic for his pay-per-view. That's not Keith Thurman's fault. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't look at the fighters all the time, Your Honor, with these pay-per-view prices. At the end of the day, we got to look at the promoter and the people that's putting on these events, the people that are actually cutting the check. Because at the end of the day, Keith Thurman's not telling them, hey, put my junk on pay-per-view, man. Hey, man, and make sure you charge $75, man. Now, of course, he might come out and, you know, when the people ask him about it, of course, he got to, you know, be somewhat of political because he got to defend the people that's cutting the check. At the end of the day, of course, he's gonna go the political route because PBC, they're cutting his check. But I know he's not telling them, hey, man, yeah, make sure y'all charge them people $75 in the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying? All that there. So, but comparing this man to Conor Ben, comparing this man to Blair Con, who are these cats? Who are these cats in comparison to Keith Thurman? These cats ain't never unified the division. These cats ain't never been on pay-per-view. These cats ain't never fought.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor.
Order. Overruled. Counselor Chop, please finish up your point.
These cats ain't did any type of made any type of accomplishment, fought anybody of the caliber of who Keith Thurman done fought. Ain't did nothing in the stratosphere of what Keith Thurman done done. To try to compare them to them? Come on, man. Everybody want to say Keith Thurman needs to go. Why? Why does Keith Thurman needs to go? I don't understand why Keith Thurman needs to go. It's not lying. He's not lying when he said he's the most exciting fight for anybody in the division. That's no lie. I don't care what anybody says. They want to say the lawyer wants to say he's blocking Undisputed. How is he blocking Undisputed? He just merely calling out the champ.
I did not say he was blocking Undisputed. I said he's blocking 1 versus 2.
1 versus 2 is eventually Undisputed if they come out, if Ugas and Spence come out the winner versus Ugas. But that is Undisputed. But he's not blocking that fight. Because if they can't make the fight, who else are they gonna fight? If 1 versus 2 can't make the fight, how is that Keith Thurman's fault? Again, Your Honor, that's not his fault if 1 versus 2 can't make the fight. And then they decide to fight Keith Thurman as a backup plan. We just seen Ugas on video saying if he wins against Spence, he's going to go after Crawford. But he also said if he can't get Crawford, Thurman's the backup plan. So that's not Thurman's fault if they can't make the fights between each other and then they choose Thurman. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Because they know Keith Thurman is still the most exciting fight. They know if I can't get Crawford, if I can't get Spence, each other can't get each other, whoever the case may be, the winner who gets suspended can't get Crawford. They know the most exciting fight outside of the unification is Keith Thurman. And that's facts. And that's why Keith Thurman made that statement. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Keith Thurman ain't going nowhere. He's not going anywhere. People just gonna have to deal with it whether they like it or not. He is back. You know what I'm saying? Now the welterweight division ain't whack now, but he is back. And he coming back to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? And they got to go through him. You know what I'm saying? So I throw it, I rest my, my statements right now. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Your Honor. Allow me to rebuttal the defense's statements and so-called claims, even though it was a futile attempt to try to deflect the charges that are upon Keith Thurman. But with regards to whose fault it is, Your Honor, the defense, I brought receipts. The defense did not bring any receipts with regards to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, within my receipt, stated that he's an independent contractor. Therefore, he has the responsibility and he has the level of overseeing the prices, the promotion. Due to the fact that he's an independent contractor and not under a major promotional group. Therefore, Keith Thurman, as an independent contractor, could have decreed and demanded that in a pandemic, during these times and situation, that we lessen and lower and decrease the pay-per-view price to $60. Since, once again, within that receipt, he says he's a man that loves to negotiate. Why did not Keith Thurman negotiate on behalf of the boxing public? Greed and embezzlement, Your Honor. Greed and embezzlement, Your Honor. To the defense's decree about he didn't mean to defame rap. He was just rhyming words that he didn't rap on the streets of Clearwater growing up. But to the defense, I asked, did Keith Thurman grow up on the streets of Clearwater with a flute between his mouth? Is that what goes down on the Clearwater streets? Flutes between mouths? That has no relevancy to the disrespect and the defamation and the elaborate culture vulturing that was even picked up by old media, that he used rap at his own expense to garner more money and to justify this $75 pay-per-view against Barrios. Your Honor, we can't look over that. We can't look over that, Your Honor. To combat the last thing that the defense tried to rebuttal me with the criminal syndicate Triple C, the caramelized clout chasers. The prosecution agrees that there is no comparison between Blair Cobb and/or Conor Benn to Keith Thurman. They have not achieved his level, his standards, and his accolades. However, what I have proved is that Blair Cobb and the UK headsman Conor Benn are following in the same line of deception as Keith Thurman. We see the capo Blair Cobb utilize the same type of lines that Keith Thurman does. The same type of dialogue that Keith Thurman does to even berate a beloved champ in Errol Spence Jr. These are Keith Thurman's, these are Keith Thurman's proteges. And I've stated that. Proteges, and if you put these proteges together and you group them together, they are a gang. A criminal syndicate on these digital boxing streets that need to be put on time out, Your Honor. Once again, the defense is deceiving you and the jury by saying that he needs to be removed from existence. We are not asking for the death penalty, Your Honor. We are asking for him to be shelved, so therefore to allow the boxing betterment of the sport, therefore to allow the number one versus number two in the welterweight division, therefore to allow the number one versus the number two pound for pound in the sport. Judge and jury, do not let Counselor Chop deceive you with the notion that Queef Thurman is some type of backup plan when Queef Thurman has stated on receipts that he wants to be the A plan, not the B plan, not the C plan, the A plan. Receipts over hearsay, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Okay. After this, we want to give the closing arguments. Well,
I give mine right now, Your Honor. I give mine right now. Okay. I just like to close with this. To our fellow panel, Your Honor, to the jury, and also to prosecutor Oddfella. Keith Thurman is not this person. This just. It sounds like it's almost relatable to a cancer that prosecutor Oddfella, is trying to make Mr. Thurman out to be. It's almost like he's a cancer to the sport, and that's not it. Why isn't a Keith Thurman versus, a potential Keith Thurman versus Bud Crawford? Why is that not for the betterment for boxing? If it happens, we all say we want the best to fight the best. I'm pretty sure we do still feel that Keith Thurman is still, regardless of what anybody says or thinks personally, he's still one of the top 5 welterweights in the division. And what if a potential Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman fight, or your Danish Ugas versus Keith Thurman fight happens? Why wouldn't that not be for the betterment for boxing? If we trying to see the best fight the best at the end of the day, so, and they know Keith Thurman can sell a fight. Any of those names against Keith Thurman is going to do great numbers on pay-per-view. And those fighters know that. So at the end of the day, Keith Thurman is not some, part of some digital gang or digital culture that our fellas trying to, bring up. He's never once used any type of language or any type of verbiage in the stratosphere of what, Lil Blair was talking about when it comes to Earl Spence. Never once. I can't recall any of that. And but at the end of the day, Keith Thurman's here. He's here to stay. I ain't trying to rhyme. I wasn't even trying to rhyme then, but he here to stay, and you got to go through him if you trying to reach the top at 147. If you trying to call yourself the man at 147, Earl Spence ain't fought him. Udernis Ugas ain't fought him. Terrence Crawford ain't fight him. So if they whoever win that little triangle or whatever, if they don't fight each other, hey, gotta fight somebody. So I rest my case, That's my closing statement, Yana.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Counselor Chop, for your defense, and everything will be noted and taken into consideration. Uh, uh, Prosecutor Steels, please give us your closing arguments before we render verdict.
Once again, I would like to thank the chat for enduring my long-windedness. However, this was a long-winded trial. And this type of long-winded charges need to be put forth on such a menace to the welterweight division and to the sport on a whole, because once again, I reiterate, it's a possible blockage in the obstruction of number one versus number two, pound for pound, not just in the welterweight division, pound for pound in the sport. And the sport needs a fight of that magnitude, not a fight of a Keith Thurman magnitude. Not a fight of a Keith Thurman magnitude. When Keith Thurman took that L, why isn't it being asked of Keith Thurman to take a minor reset and work your way back into title contention? Why isn't it being asked for the defense, the client, Keith Thurman, for him to go through the world of his old belt, the WBA Reggie belt? Why not go through the Rabzab Buteyevs of the world to garner, to further confirm your spot as a title challenger? But you just want to utilize your name and your supposed allure to get pay-per-view viewers and sales. However, this is the sport of boxing where the best need to fight the best, and Keith Thurman is not the best. We have documented on the Usual Suspects first quarter welterweight rankings, and Keith Thurman is nowhere to be found in our top 6. Not top 5, but top 6. That's documented. UsualSuspect6.com. Y'all can check it out for yourselves to see the rankings. But Keith Thurman is not the best right now. He was the best. Now he needs to work himself back up to fight the guys that are coming up on the best. Once again, the Buteyevs of the world. Once again, the Boots Ennises of the world. Or why not start picking off your proteges? The criminal syndicate, the caramelized clout chasers, and the capo Blair Cobbs. Give him a chance coming off of his devastating loss. Wouldn't that be an entertaining fight between Keith Thurman and Blair Cobb? Wouldn't that be a great fight to see on the zone or to see on free PBC without the thoughts of selling pay-per-views because you're not at that status right now, Keith Thurman, because you've been too inactive, right? Or how about the fantasy, or not even the fantasy, the proposal of fighting Conor Ben out in UK? Since you want to get into pay-per-view dollars, why don't you get into some UK pay-per-view dollars with a big fight with Conor Ben? Wouldn't that be a great matchup, Conor Ben against Keith Thurman out there in London at the O2 Arena? A sellout, a great pay-per-view in the UK, a Showtime event over here in the US. That makes and seems like more sense, Your Honor. This is what we should be striving for and narrating to, and relieving Keith Thurman of this idea of being the obstruction and being the next for these champions at the welterweight division. You need to earn your keep, Keith Thurman. Your Honor, once again, defamation of rap, obstructing the greatest and the best fight of this modern era between Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., and being a leader of a criminal syndicate, influencing those under him to move in his deceiving and deceptive ways that are poor for the sport. Your Honor, with that being said, put this man on a timeout. Put this man on a timeout, or even propose that this man fights these other contenders, Your Honor, that I've spoken of. The Buteyevs, the Cobbs, the Conor Benns of the world. That's the betterment of boxing, Your Honor. That is the entertainment that the boxing community needs, while the real champs negotiate and get the real fights done. Earn your keep. I'll rest my case.
Yes, sir. We're going now render verdict. We heard both sides. In the case of 2916, Keith one-time Thurman, in the LDBC Federal Court of Law, we find Keith Thurman guilty on all charges and sentence him to a minimum of 10 years.
No, I need to file an appeal, man. I need to file an appeal, Your Honor.
Yeah, we need to file an appeal,
Your Honor.
You allowed to
find
do that.
him guilty, but Demetrius Andrade innocent.
How in the world you find me guilty? Come on, Your Honor.
Yeah, man.
Say, hey, I gotta jump off, man, because I'm cooking and my laptop about to die.
All right, tell the people, get the people your last. We about to get ready to close it out.
Hey, y'all come tap in with me. I'm in the kitchen, Country Boy's kitchen, but I ain't filming. But y'all will get that next time. Tap in with me tomorrow, Ringside Views, 7 o'clock Central Time. Y'all come fuck with your boy. And shout out to Night Court. It was great having you back. It was great doing the show, even though I lost on some technicalities. That's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right though. You know.
You was getting Red at first. Red always them cases that he don't want. I don't know, man. I don't know. He be really
it'll be all right. I'm gonna fuck with y'all later, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. But good case though. Red.
Yeah, let me tap out right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. The door, you know what I mean? But once again, yeah, this was dope to once again have Night Court back. Salute to my guy Chop, you know what I mean? I'm just teasing y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah. I gotta build my case somehow, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, man. All right,
I
man.
gotta tease the drip, you know what I mean? But yeah, send the link on the low, you know what I mean? You know what it is. But salute to everybody that was up in the chat. Big up Stay Ready, Cadillac Red, and of course, you know what I mean, Judge Galvatron. Big up the whole usual suspect, 503 line, early morning, you know what I mean, late night hunt. Y'all know what it is, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's your favorite, your most hated all fellas. Salute to the whole LDBC, and I'm Gizon.
he said this. He said this judge is crooked. Oh man. Chop, man, give us your last, man. And man, thanks for coming through though. It was fun.
Hey, man, yeah, I
Like
appreciate
I'm
y'all
getting,
having me, man. I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
y'all having me, first time, what I'm saying? So hopefully it won't be the last time. Salute the whole LDVC. Hey, appreciate your Cadillac once again. You understand me? Y'all follow me on Instagram, Chop727, YouTube, Chop72. Like I said, all platforms, Chop727. Doing a lot of music and stuff. So, a lot of new stuff coming soon. So yeah, like I said, man, salute to the judge, even though, he is crooked, but we ain't gonna say that. But yeah, you did. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all boys for having me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, y'all follow me, man, and y'all salute to y'all boys, man. Y'all keep it up, man, for real.
Salute, Chop. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Hopefully, there's like another person, not just Keith Thurman, that maybe want to defend or prosecute, and we love
Yeah,
to have you
definitely,
back.
definitely. I appreciate it.
Um,
I'm out.
Supreme Beast, close this out, man.
Shit, man. Y'all already know, man. Tomorrow, 4:15 Eastern Standard Time, we bullshitting on the Beltway. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going down. We're gonna get some of that Blair the Flair crow cooked up for us and shit. Yeah, and we gonna cover everything else that's hot in boxing and shit, man. Salute Act has been a good one and shit is all you right, man. All the time when it be somebody I want to defend, I always find a way to defend them and shit. But
Yeah, it'd be the ones that you want that don't be probably going your way on that, but the ones that I mean, they throw on you.
yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man. But yeah, man, salute Act. And yeah, man, we'll definitely get back to it again, man. And I'll holler at you on the back end, Act.
Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you my list. Matter of fact, salute to everybody that came through. Salute to the jury. Salute to Chop. Salute to Stay Ready. Salute to Jay Steels. Salute to the LDBC. And the usual suspects in the full Berserker clan. It's your boy Ack Reacher. I never steer you wrong, and I'm out. Court is now